Yeah, I welcome you all for the online blended learning mechanism for the honors registered student for the course warehousing automation. So now we are in the process of learning this particular course through online mode as well as offline mode. That's what we call it as blended learning. So in the process of learning, now we'll get into the next presentation. So when we discuss about the chapters in the first unit, syllabus is like this. So earlier we discussed about WHP warehouse process, and the second warehousing challenges. What all are the challenges we encounter? Now we are in the part of discussion. Earlier presentation we just discussed about two challenges, and now we'll go ahead with the further challenges. So with that we'll wind up this particular presentation. So now first we need to understand that yes, in a traditional process challenges are there in the warehouse across various factors. So earlier we discussed about two challenges and now we'll continue with the same. So now let us get into the process to understand what exactly it does. So as a buyer, maybe through an e-commerce platform, we just order some particle. That is, we might order a particular product of some specification of some quantity we will be ordering. So now through software, through cloud process, through internet activity, so that reaches the order reaches to the warehouse. Now warehouse process is going to be done, or as discussed earlier there are some 8 activities are there. So the actual product based on the recommendation or based on the order, so the exact product based on the specification it will be picked up and now it is sent for packing. So proper packing comes into picture. Of course, even we discussed that today local taxonomies are very stringent, that we are supposed to go ahead with eco-friendly processes, and we are in the process of learning all this packing activities also. So now the product is nicely packed to ensure that it is not getting damaged with respect to transit. Why? Because during transit, if it is getting damaged, means we are going to encounter the eighth process in the warehouse, that is called as returns processing. So it is going to be a non-value added activity because the cost will be borne by the company and not by the customer. Okay, so that is the thing what we discussed. So upon packing, it will be through the proper mode, it is going to be shipped to the customer by means of appropriate shipping mechanism. It is going to be shipped to the customer and finally the order is getting fulfilled. So now what is the terminology here is, we have ordered at one particular time frame and we are going to get the product within some time frame. So we can't exactly fix, say within some hours or so. So we'll have some sort of temporary activity, that is temporary schedule being displayed at the point of purchase itself. The moment when we purchase itself, the company will give it some sort of time frame. So this is the probable date where we can expect the component or the product being delivered. Now this time frame is called as lead time. The time when you order and the time when you receive the product. So whatever the time getting between this particular activity is called as lead time. So what is the generic process of expectation of any individual is, they wanted the time to be minimal. So for example, today I am ordering some product, say a mobile phone. So what will be the expectation of the customer is at the earliest they wish to get. And probably today you might be knowing there are several e-commerce platforms are there where they give assurance to the customers within few minutes they are able to deliver. Or there are some prime activities are there where we should pay and we should become, it's something like a subscription model. So for such privileged customers, the product will be delivered in a very fast track. So this is not applicable even in this e-commerce activity. The same thing even there are applicable in some other areas. For example, when you go to Shastri Bhavan for the case of passport, under Tatkal scheme, it is going to be delivered in a very shorter pace. That is, when compared to other regular activity, it is going to be the shorter phase. But the thing is, all the activities remains the same, but the time frame will be little bit, it will be low, or some appreciable level it will be low. Of course, we need to pay something extra beyond to it. So this lead time we need to understand. Now, as I told you earlier, the objective of a customer is they will expect the product to be delivered at the least possible time. Now, let us take the context or the perspective of the supplier. Now, the customer might be in Tamil Nadu and the supplier might be somewhere in the northern region, say Delhi or somewhere. So transportation is going to consume good amount of time, and for one particular product they will not be in a position to completely transport. You can't hire one vehicle for a small product, so obviously that has to be thought of. Then all such scenarios comes into picture. But customer is least bothered about all these things. They are bothered only about their product, their delivery timeline. So that is where they confine themselves to. So this is the process what we need to understand. So now we'll get into the thing. What is the third challenge? So the third challenge is slow fulfillment. So slow fulfillment, it is the term which refers to the delays or inefficiencies. So this term we should go ahead with. Delays or inefficiencies in processing. This is what important. In processing and delivering customer or internal orders despite having the stock in the place. So now there are two halves which we need to understand in this particular regard. So the first half is delays or inefficiencies in processing, and the second part, you are going to deliver though you have the stock readily available with you. So first case, which particular activity does it relates to? So first foremost thing is you have received the order, everything you have with you. Now you should pack it properly, and that particular product you are supposed to send it off. Now what should be the time frame? Who will be responsible? How it will be done? Whether who is going to cross check the quantity, who is going to cross check the specification. So likewise, so many questions are going to be addressed in this particular regard. So what is the ultimate takeaway here is this time should be as minimum as possible. So usually in an industrial terminology, there is one particular term called as SMED, single minute exchange of die. That means that single minute means within 9 minutes, so 10th minutes means it is going to be double digit, so only single minute, so 9 minutes is the time frame. So within 9 minutes they are supposed to do the tool changing process, tool setting or workpiece setting, whatever the case might be. So now coming to our regard, it is not the same case, but today industrial standards do pressure with respect to, or they emphasize to go ahead with such things. Once the order is received, within single minute it is supposed to be processed, not packed, it is supposed to be processed. That means it has to be taken out. So now how to go ahead to understand this particular process? So let me go ahead with a very simple example. Now I have got 10 mobile phones of so and so make, so and so model in my stock. Now say from 9 to 10 a.m. we have received 3 orders. That means that those 3 phones should have been reduced and the stock should be updated as only 7 is readily available. So next hour you are getting 10 orders. Now immediately you are supposed to inform to the customer that no, only 7 products are available, 3 products are not available because we are running in short of 3. So this particular data should be fed to the customer. So this is what is very crucial. That is what this inefficiency comes into picture. Now this is the general understanding. So I hope you might be clear with this regard. So you have got the product, you have got and received an order. Now immediately we should update and reduce the received orders and the product count should be shown. So this is what delay number 1 confines to. Now second thing, inefficiency. If you don't have any sort of automatic update mechanism, then obviously this is going to create problems in the later case. So now we'll come for the second part. Delivering customer or internal orders. So this outside the factory, that is outside the warehouse. So within the warehouse, you pick the order, you cross check the order, you have packed and you have sent it. So through some sort of shipping agency you have sent it, say courier. Now it will be not the right of the delivering guy, it will be the duty of the warehouse guys to follow them. There might be some unexpected calamities, so that might be some emergency cases might be omitted, can be exempted, but on the generic case we should ensure that the order is been delivered within time. So there are two things are there. First thing is with respect to delay, though you are because of order picking or because of non-update of data, or the other case, secondary case, outside the warehouse. So likewise, we can classify into two. Now reasons. Now we'll analyze the reasons one by one. First case, poor system integration. That means who will get the data, order received, who will get the data and who is supposed to process. If you don't have a proper warehouse management system, maybe and proper network, then obviously it is highly impossible. You can't go ahead with accurate inventory. So that is going to be the first task, poor system integration. And second thing, inadequate planning or layout. You have taken the products out, but where do you preserve? Where do you keep? So all such things comes into picture. Then system downtime. So here the term system downtime means it is not with respect to regular scheduled maintenance. Some cases unexpected breakdowns might have been occurred in the process. So those things have to be considered. So that do not mean that you are not going to stop the order receiving activity when your systems are down. Though the systems are down, still we are open for receiving the order. So that lag should have been compensated. We should have some sort of mechanism to compensate such system downtime. Data inaccuracy. So time and again, inventory related things are the core essence of warehouses. Though we have got other things, storage, layout, everything, but still you have got the best layout activities, the best system, everything, but still once the inventory system is not proper, obviously we will not be able to get accurate data. So that has to be taken care. Underutilization or nil automation. So again, this is where our core interest of discussion comes into picture. Yes, automation should be there. That system will take care. So when you have got an automation system, but still it is underutilized means then error is with us. We need to be accountable. Or other case, you don't have automation. Once you don't have automation means then the management should be committed to incorporate some sort of automation mechanism within the warehouse activity. Now the third thing, higher order complexity or volume. So again this is another interesting fact. In the sense, say somewhere during some festival seasons or some holiday season, it is very natural that it is very obvious that the consumption through e-commerce platform will be on the higher end. That is, more amount of products will be considered. So usually people work with some sort of routine day-to-day activity. Say they get only some few orders, some restricted finite number of orders. But during such special days, they will be getting exorbitant thing. So this is what we discussed in the earlier presentations, that we need to consider seasonal demand. So the seasonal demand is not only with respect to product, even it is applicable for warehouse cases. So we need to consider that. So these are the reasons, potential reasons for the case of slow fulfillment. Now, what is the impact? Okay, due to some miscellaneous reasons or due to the aforementioned reasons, yes, there are some sort of delays. Yes, nobody is going to deny the fact. So now what is the important thing is, what impact does it will make with respect to the customer. Now, first foremost thing is, we will not be in a position to deliver the deadlines. That is, within the stipulated time, what we have promised the customer during order, we will not be in a position to deliver it. And second thing, operational cost. Why operational cost is a big constraint here means, you have packed everything, but you have not given, that is, the product has not went out of the warehouse. So you need to preserve for days together. If you hold it, yes, you are going to pay the holding cost. And second, the next point, reduced customer satisfaction. So today it is going to be as simple as this, because they have got Google platform or there are several online platform, some social media activities where they comment about it, they give the review, they give all sorts of ground reality, because you can't avoid or you can't completely overcome such things. So reduced customer satisfaction. Now the very important thing is underperformance of warehouse return of investment. So return on investments will be very poor, because the warehouse has never performed or it is not performing to the level what is expected. So now let us put a very simple example. There are three platforms are there. Say platform A, e-commerce, platform 2, e-commerce, and another three platform C, ABC. We have got three platforms. A guy delivers everything within few seconds or few minutes. Let us assume at least theoretical case. Second guy, he delivers, but occasionally they are not sticking up to the whatever the thing, or they are not honoring the commitment what they themselves committed. And the third category, third company, they never abide anything, they don't give anything, so they are as opposite as they can be. Now it is very evident from their performance, irrespective to the quality of the product, the cost, everything. So the foremost thing what we consider here is delivery, they are not sticking up, so it will be a negative propaganda for the company. So therefore they are going to lose their market presence, may not be within few time, but over a period of time, yes, definitely it is going to create a huge impact. Now solution. So the problem is slow fulfillment. The reasons we have analyzed, then we have analyzed the impact. Now what might be the solution? The first thing, optimize warehouse layouts and process flow. So go for a proper optimized layout where you can immediately, the moment you receive the order, yes, you should be in a position to trace the product, trace the location, and then you are going to pack everything with respect to the need and necessity. Then the next case, you should have a proper system, a WMS, that is warehouse management system, ERP, enterprise resource planning, and a proper automation system, say a robotic system to pick and place or to pack or to deliver, whatever the nature you have inside the warehouse. So all these things confined only within the warehouse, not outside the warehouse. Everything is with respect to the warehouse. And the next case, real-time analytics. Why? Because you will have a very good WMS or ERP, but is it real-time? Is it dynamic? The moment you take 4 products from the rack, immediately the data, the inventory data should have -4 with respect to the volume what they had earlier. So likewise, we should have some sort of tracing mechanism. And this is very evident. Even in our NBA case, we have got our program outcome 12, lifelong learning. So you should have a proper training and system updates for all these things. Whomever involves in the process, they should be given a proper training. Now the next error, picking error. So here picking error means the first case, slow fulfillment, and now picking error. So picking error refers to the mistakes that occur when items are selected from inventory to fulfill customer or internal orders. I've asked for a phone. Yes, phone is delivered, but not the brand what I have asked for. Not the RAM specification what the customer has asked for. Such things fall under this particular category. So again, it is going to be of the same category. It is going to be inaccurate order. Customer satisfaction is going to be at stake. Operational inefficiencies will be visible. So these all are the impact. Now, what all are the types of picking errors? Let us see. First thing, it is very simple. You are going to pick a wrong item. Wrong item has been picked. And second, wrong quantity is picked. That might be on the higher end or that might be on the lower end. So that we need to be very cautious. Either way, it is going to harm the reputation of the organization. If you are picking more, it is going to be the direct loss for the organization. On the contrary, if you go ahead with low quantity, again order processing has to be done. That is also going to affect the, in terms of finance, it is going to affect the warehouse. Wrong location picked, and this is very interesting fact. There might be two places with the same name. Of course, same identities may not be there, but place might be same. Say A city and B city, both might be having some same synonyms or something like that, but both may not be same. To give a very simple example, here we have got Vellore district, and similarly there is another Vellore nearby Karur, but usually people call like this. This local Vellore is called as Raya Vellore. From those people's perspective I am talking, there nearby Karur it is called as Paramati Vellore. But in short, people write either cities as Vellore. So likewise, when you do, it is not the same. So this is one simple example, and likewise there are several examples are there. This is with respect to a place name. Even there might be same streets in different areas, in different sectors, there might be two streets with the same names. So that has to be taken care. Then the fourth, omitted item. Omitted item is everything would have been done, while packing you will omit something. Four items have been ordered, so while packing one would have got mixed. So again that is wrong. Then extra item picked. Extra item picked means three ordered but four would have been packed and that would have been given. And the final sixth one, damaged item. So this has to be very careful. We need to be very careful enough. Why? Because expired products or broken products should never be supplied. So therefore warehousing management as well as inventory control comes into picture. Whether the shelf life is considered, expiry date is considered, all such things. So frequent audit is essential in this regard. So none of the six categories should be encountered even unknowingly into the process. That we need to ensure. So again, impact, the first direct impact is returns, orders, returns processing and reshipment. This cost has to be solely borne by the warehouse organization. So increased operational cost, delay in order fulfillment and decreased customer trust and satisfaction. Yes, they are going to lose the hope at the instant they go ahead with wrong picking error. So the next is labor shortages. So today it is very evident that majority of the warehouses run with labor based on human force. So the two challenges is efficiency and productivity. They cannot be efficient, they cannot be productive. Of course, their health, though they work in a warehouse, maybe because of dust or because of the nature of the material what is being stored inside the warehouse. Some cases our circulation might be very poor, so our paltry pay might be one of the reason. Likewise, we need to even consider the labor shortages. So now labor shortages cause first aging workforce, when actually the myth is like this: only younger workforce will be doing everything in a fast. Maybe some reasons that might be true, but that can be one of the cause. And physical demanding and repetitive work is this is a mundane task. They get the order, they go, they search everything, they get again, they give the product for packing. So likewise they are going to do n number of times. So competition from other industries with better pay or working conditions. So it might be with respect to finance or it might be with respect to working conditions. People are prone to switch over the organization. So these all are the general labor based shortage reasons. So with this we finish further three challenges related to warehouse. So earlier presentation we dealt about two challenges, technical oriented, and now it is with respect to human oriented. So with this we complete the presentation of warehouse challenges with respect to human factors. So as usual, any doubts guys, students, please note it down. During our offline class we'll discuss. So with this we finish this presentation. Thank you.